Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's Tom from Came to Believe Recovery, and welcome to our Friday annual or weekly live stream of Recovery Live. Annual. I'm already into next year. I want to welcome everybody. I don't know how we're going to get through this show with these two next to me. We've been barely able to get ourselves together to go on to this show today. Anyway, we're coming to you live again from Schooley's Mountain, New Jersey. Last week, Lisa and I were here kind of pre-gaming the retreat and doing promotion for it. And Lisa is here. She's behind us, if you see her back there. Lisa. So she's waving. Lisa's here. And all of those attendees get to meet Lisa. It's one of the big highlights of this retreat.
Oh, yeah.
But we're here this weekend and we're getting ready to change some lives of people coming up. It's a beautiful weekend so far. Anyway, it's a little bit warmer than it maybe normally is in New Jersey this time of year, but it's what we would call a gorgeous fall day. Jonathan Klein. Yes, we were waiting for your registration, brother, out there from Long Island, but we'll get you next year. Jamie West, how are you, brother? That's brother or sister? I'm going to get in trouble. And
That's
Christina.
Jamie West and Jamie.
Sorry, he says, Jonathan. Right. Tom Clancy, how are you, brother? There he is, the three amigos. All right. I like that, Tom. We can be the three amigos. So just in case you don't know, it's Dale Barker to my left, to your right, I guess, on the screen, and to my right and your left is BJ Rapp. And we're here going to be the leadership team or part of the team that's going to put on the retreat this weekend. Ruthann is back there behind the camera. She's choosing not. She might come and wave. She's waving at us, but not waving at you guys. But what we're here, bringing back Schooley's Mountain for the first time in 3 years, guys. In 2019, we ran it then, but in 2020, 21, really, I guess we've missed 2 full years. So this is the third year with COVID cancellations. So we're excited to be back here, but it's been a while since we've been up here on the mountain. BJ's never been here before. This is her first time here on Schooley's Mountain. What do you think of it so far?
It's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm really excited. I'm from Florida, and the trees never turn beautiful, different colors. It's either green or brown, and where the leaves are starting to change, and it's been beautiful. My husband, Jack, and I have been trying to get here for literally decades, Tom. But one thing or another would always come up and haven't been able to come. So I'm excited about being here. It's gorgeous. And to meet Lisa.
See, she's all. And guys, pumpkin spice, I'm having it because it's October. So all of you that said I was wrong, you can have pumpkin spice once October hits. So there you go. Well, welcome, BJ. It's glad that you're finally here all these years, and I'm sure you'll be part of our team then moving forward. And BJ's been coming with me and Dale around the country as we've been starting retreats and running retreats and just spreading the message all over where we've been. So we've been hard at work this year, right?
Very much so.
Right. BJ has her Living in the Go shirt on, and we all have our Living in the Go shirts. We're going to put them on here in a little while after we're done with live to greet all of our attendees, just to let them know what we're doing, Living in the Go. And she's a team player, yes, in the team, and we'll be ready to go. But Dale and I have been coming here a long time. I think that I only came 1 or 2 years before Dale came up from Florida, and then Dale came for many, many years. What year was it? We were talking about it before.
I believe it was 1995, because Stephanie and I got married in March of 1995, and then you came to Leesburg and talked us into coming up here. So I had been to a couple of 3 Leesburg retreats, and then came up here to be part of the team kind of experience. And I never traveled anywhere before until I stopped drinking and went through the steps. I'd really never had much of a life experience this kind of stuff. So this is the first place I ever saw fall colors in the trees, was coming here.
So it was really fun because when you meet some, we think up here, I think everybody's seen fall colors, and you meet somebody and Dale's like, wow, look at this. He'd never seen fall colors before, how deprived. Yeah. We may talk about the first time he saw snow too, which was a whole different story and a different trip. but I was at a few of Dale Barker's firsts. Let's see who else. Anna's with us. She wasn't quite first today. Anna, what's up? You're usually the first one on. And
Melissa.
you didn't come on. Melissa's in. Hi, Melissa. I've been speaking to Melissa this week. I'm going to see her in a few weeks when we do North Pennines. She's excited for it. She's going to pick me up at the train station, me and Dee, up in Newcastle, and we're going to go over and help some people. That retreat's full, guys.
Oh,
Yeah, like 50-something people, I think. It's
wow.
it's full. They're in the country of the UK. We got to figure out how they are getting their recruiting efforts out in the middle of nowhere, and they just fill right up. Well, they must be just a little sicker over there in the UK.
Some more sicker than others.
Let's see what kind of response we get now.
Yeah, right.
Melissa will be
Boy,
all
that
over
ought to
that,
stir
right?
it
A little
up.
sicker than others
Mhm.
over there in the UK. Anyway,
There's Doc from
There's
Las
Doc.
Vegas. Hi, Doc.
Hey, Doc.
How are you?
so BJ and I were talking this week and texting and emailing, probably a little bit of each and everything. And she was letting me know of a couple things I didn't know about October. And she says she has 3 things about October she wants to tell us about that many of us may not know about.
That's right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I know this first one's really going to interest you. This is Women's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Did you know that?
I did not know
You
that.
did not know
October.
that.
So is this where the pink ribbons come?
That's cancer, but yes, women's.
All right, breast cancer. Okay. I didn't know that.
Absolutely right. And there's a special kind of breast cancer, particularly our Black sisters that incur, that is very critical. And so you want to make sure, ladies, you're checking those girls, okay? And so that's number 1. I know you would be interested. You all would be interested in that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, number 2 is a very serious matter, and this month is anti-bullying month. Not bowling like with the ball, but bullying.
Bullying.
Anti-bullying.
Anti-bullying month. And
Oh.
why that's important is because the suicide rate of our teenagers and tweebs is really skyrocketing.
Wow.
And a lot of that is, what do they do with their frustrations? Well, many of them start with drugs, right?
Mhm.
Turn to alcohol and drugs and smoking and things of that nature. And that happened in my family. And so we have to be aware of our
Anti-bullying.
teenage.
Right. What's number 3?
And number 3, this is October month. October month. Is that a new term to you?
It's a new term to me.
It is. It's October month. And we've got that term from our friends in Australia. They have an October month, which means those people that wish to participate put down all the booze, no drinking, and they just fast
October.
for the month of October.
October.
Mhm. And that seems to prove to them that they're not alcoholics or addicts, because they can stop for a month, right? And Jack used to do that all the time for Lent. Give it up for Lent. See, that proves that
you can't.
of course, he took a handful of pills at the same time at different times. But so those are the 3 things that I think are very important to know. And this is a great month for all of those who are even thinking about maybe I ought to try it. Maybe I ought to try stopping.
I know that September is National Recovery Month in the United States. It's September. So I hadn't heard that October was also something, but a couple of months, right, one after the other, to highlight the crisis of addiction, really,
Right.
is, I think it's fabulous that we're keeping it going with October.
And we're going into the
October.
holidays. And the holidays can be so difficult for the addict. It's really terrible.
Well, the pressures of the I'm not good enough, and the pressures of trying to please people, and the holidays bring up a whole sorts of stuff. It did for me. Holiday time was hardcore partying time, and it was a good and a bad, and just wanted to get through it. I know that. I didn't stop until January 9th. And part of it is, how do you stop during the holidays? You know, that drinking mentality, you know, I'm going to miss the big parties, the holidays and the New Year's and stuff. So, but right afterwards I stopped, and January is a big month. And we are going to have our virtual retreat in January this year. The first weekend is the 7th through the 9th. Lisa's going to tell me I'm wrong if I'm wrong, but I think it's the 7th through the 9th of January, or the 6th through the 8th. 6th through the 8th.
So there you go.
Virtual retreat, guys. And so join us there. It's great. Give it a little plug here. Last year, we had a whole bunch of people on in January, and it's a great time for those that are stuck someplace. You're in the snow, you can't get off work, you can't get out of the house, but you can come. You have financial concerns. It's much more affordable than coming to a retreat. And again, at these retreats, nobody's making any money. You have to pay for your accommodation and your food, and it's very reasonable, but it does create an expense to come. The virtual retreat is much more affordable, and you'll get the same program that you get when you come. So we'd love to see you at the virtual retreat in January. And then not shortly after that, we're going to be in Missouri, down there in St. Joseph, running an on-ground retreat. The first one where we're going to be in a residence in St. Joseph's. Last time we did it from Restoration was a day retreat. So that's exciting too.
And
You
so-
missed something in October,
What's
BJ.
that? What did
You
I
did.
miss? Oh, I know
She
what
missed
it is.
something.
Oh my
It's
Your
really
goodness.
sister's
upsetting.
birthday.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what
His
she missed.
sister's birthday.
That's right.
That was what day is that? Saturday.
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
Yesterday.
Friday. Mhm.
Was there something else?
I'm just waiting.
Oh, it's your birthday Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. That's
We'll pass on that one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get a good meal at your sister's house, though.
We are.
So
So she had 3 really important things to say.
none of them was about
None of
you.
them was about me.
Yeah.
Right? It was a little. I thought for sure the first one was going to be.
Humbly.
I was prompting her, and
Humbly asked
she
him.
didn't take the bait. She took no bait.
Remove our shortcomings.
Just another day, guys. It is true. But I think there's a link out there if you guys want to share and send presents and things. There's a link somewhere Lisa created. She created. No. Yeah. Oh wow.
I'm getting him the same thing he
Listen.
got me for my birthday.
Yeah, right.
Nothing.
Listen, 27
No
is going to be a tough year for me. You know. So
27 again
27.
for the what? Third time?
27.
Woo.
It's exhausting with these guys. You know, I don't know how I'm going to spend the weekend here.
We are not a glum lot.
We are not a
We're
glum
not a
lot.
glum lot.
Came to believe UK and Ireland. That's a prompt to say that there's a retreat coming up there, guys. And while it is full, there may be a couple of spaces. We still want to let you know about it. It's going to be in North Pennines. Dee's not on here to tell me I'm saying it wrong. Up in the northeast sections of London, which is a fabulous Came to Believe retreat. It's been so successful these years. And so we got some good stuff going. So this weekend, what do you think? How many times has this been? If you added them up, Dale, that you've been here,
I would say probably 15.
15 times.
Yeah, 15. Because we came for 10 years, me and Stephanie.
Mhm.
Stephanie's not here this weekend, but
We have a new co-host.
wow. She's gracing her with an Iowan is gracing us
Iowan.
with her presence. Who is it, Tom?
There we go.
Ruthann is joining us.
You have to lean into it.
See, BJ's bossing her around like
Yeah.
she bosses me around.
Yeah.
Now she's bossing Ruthann around.
Happy birthday.
See?
Early happy birthday.
See? Ruthann can come back. We can give her one of the better rooms and make sure she has a good seat up front. We get everything.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Ruthann came all the way from Iowa.
Hi, everyone.
I think Iowa's further than where you came from.
Not from Florida. It's not further.
It would be 17-hour drive. That's all I know. So I flew. Yeah. Like 4.5 hours on a plane compared to 17.
It's a 2-hour flight for me because I didn't connect.
Oh, well, I had to.
But Iowa's the middle of nowhere. I was in Iowa once. Ruthann ran. When did you run that retreat, Ruthann?
Oh, well, we had it for 3 years.
3 years.
And, oh, gosh. You know what? I don't know.
In the 90s, wasn't it?
No.
No, it
No.
was
2014, 15, and 16.
Are you near the Field of Dreams?
No, I am not.
Oh,
No, that's up north more.
okay.
Yeah.
But the first time I was ever in Iowa was when we came to that retreat. We all drove down from Amory, I think. It was a long ride.
Yeah.
We flew in, or we drove down from, yeah, it was Amory, I guess.
That's a long ride for you, Tom, because you say like after, an hour drive for you is long. So.
Yeah, and you can get everywhere in New Jersey in an hour-ish or two. But you go to Iowa, everything's 6 hours, I think, right?
Yeah, it was
Four,
6
Unless you're on
hours.
78.
unless you're on 78 and traffic coming out of Newark Airport.
Doing the New Jersey slide.
Doing an New Jersey slide, yeah, we know. We did settle the Taylor ham debate this morning and the pork roll debate at the diner in Chester, New Jersey, who had Taylor ham on their menu. Done. Veronica was adamantly against it.
Well, she's from Southern Jersey, so.
Yeah, those Southern Jersey girls are not.
Oh, hi, Brad.
And she'll.
Long time no see.
They may be watching this. So
Sorry, I always interrupt.
We'll poke at her again, and they're probably watching. We'll get him. Tim Anderson will come on and jump on my side.
She
Anyway.
didn't like my comment about us. We like bologna in Florida too.
No, she didn't like that.
she didn't
either,
like
right?
that at all. Like, 'cause that's what Taylor ham is, right? Bologna.
Taylor ham is Taylor ham. Rose, what do we do with him, Lisa? Taylor
We might
ham.
have to go back to Florida.
Go back to Florida. I'll take him back today. Let's use this. Yes, Brad, how are you? Brad says hi to Ruth. We're all saying hi too. Matt, how you doing, brother? Everybody's doing your hashtag recovered. You're getting trained. Hashtag recovered gets you in the running for a shirt that we'll be running here in a little while, right?
And there's Robbie too. Hey, Robbie. Too bad you're not here.
They are
He's
all
a lot
saying
of
hi
fun.
to you.
He's
Who's
awesome.
Elizabeth? She's
I'm very popular.
You are.
Yeah.
Look at there's Sonny's here in
Rose
Kentucky.
among thorns.
It's a hot brown. What's a hot brown, Sonny? Does that have to do with like a Taylor ham? She's calling it a hot brown.
I have no idea.
I'm not even sure we're gonna have to be able to respond to that. I know
Where is Sonny from?
Sonny is from Kentucky.
Well,
Mm.
Sonny was on last week
that's
with
right.
us.
I remember
Sonny was on with Anna. It was great. We're going to be down there in Kentucky one of these days, bringing a retreat to the least, the last, and most, and everybody hurting who needs to hear the message of freedom like we're going to give this weekend.
Yeah.
Hey, Alice. Great to see you.
Oh, Elizabeth from the Indiana retreat. Hello. Okay. So then I know her too. North Webster. Ruthann was with us in Indiana too. So we're the team this weekend. We're going to teach the steps between Dale and I and BJ and Donna are going to teach all the steps this weekend. And Ruthann's going to share on her third step experience. And Sharon's coming up to sharing her first step experience. And we're going to take people through the steps just like they did back in the 30s, the way the founders did it. And get you jump started, get you on that road to living 10, 11, and 12, living in the go, guys. And give you those tools to begin to grow and break out of your old habits and your old routines and establish new ones and start living. And it can happen in a weekend. It happens all the time in a weekend. We are always told you can't do it in a weekend. And we say, well, it's a way of living we're going to show you. So in a way, you're not doing it in a weekend, but it can start in a weekend. It did for me. How about you?
Transformation.
Yeah.
Oh, when you
Oh,
do the
yeah.
7 step and it really works, it happens over a weekend. Then you learn how to maintain that life, that freedom. That's what it's about. Making better choices, not making the same mistakes.
And the third step prayer is so powerful. That's when it really kind of happened for me because I did it and I invited it in. And my life has never been the same. So hold on after that one. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. That's what you do in Florida when you go through a yellow light, we found out.
That's right.
Which is hold on.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
But I mean, Ruthann is right. The power of the program that there always was about a relationship with that living, loving God. And it was when we make when we take that on in the third step, like they did, there is a power that flows, and the rest of it doesn't seem quite as impossible after that, does it?
Mm-mm. No.
And life goes on.
You remember earlier when you were talking about, BJ was talking about maybe because it's October that you might decide to stop drinking, might decide to be willing to go to any lengths. Well, an example is, if you only drink 2 drinks, you're not an alcoholic, right? That's a common belief. You can just stop at 2 drinks. But if your containers keep getting bigger, your 2 containers, that might suggest something to you.
It's called a tumbler.
A tumbler,
Yeah.
yes.
And we
Wine
sure
in my
tumble.
tumbler.
When it gets to be a quart and then a gallon, that's not what normal people do, and it's not healthy for you. And we offer a solution for that way of living that solves our problem. And it's just what the founders wrote in the big book, the book of Alcoholics Anonymous. And I encourage you to seek out some of us, and find your solution.
And one of the big things that we embrace at this retreat is that it's a family program.
Yeah.
Right? And it's for everybody. It's for not just for us that are suffering from some sort of substance addiction, but from those family members and people suffering from behavioral addictions that aren't typically a substance, gambling or pornography or food and things. So it's for all of those, and the founders meant it to be for everyone. And so these tools can be used by anyone. And actually, families and relationships and things get restored when what we call the normie or the non-addict actually embraces the program. It really does make a difference, in bringing people together. It's a way of living that we teach you that really anybody would embrace.
Bill Wilson described it as a design for living.
Right.
That you're not living in the problem anymore, you're living in the solution. That really works.
It really works. Yeah.
So what's your, now this is Ruthann's first time in New Jersey or on the East Coast. And I wasn't sure that. I just think everybody travels all over the place, but they don't. And this was her first time. She was quite enamored with the New York City thing, which we aren't enamored with, right, Lisa, too much. We actually try to not go there, even though I'm there a lot. But what's your impression so far?
It's beautiful. Yeah. As I was flying in, I looked over and there was this guy, and I swear he was the skit guy, one of the skit guys that we see on YouTube. He said he wasn't, but he really was. And I even showed him a picture, and I'm like, you sound like him. This is you. But he was very humbled, but really, I think it was him. But anyways, he's been to New York a lot. So he was like, here, let me show you. So he's like, there's New York, there's Manhattan. There is the Statue of Liberty, and that was pretty cool because I've never seen it personally, only like on pictures and on the TV and stuff. And then he pointed out where the 2 towers were and the park, Central Park. And so I was just like a little kid, which really I am a grown child, but anyways, I'm just totally excited, and it's just beautiful around here. It really is. So glad I made the trip. Yeah. Never thought I would come out to the East Coast, but here I am. Yeah.
I've been to San Francisco and San Jose and Minneapolis and Alaska and now New Jersey this year, carrying this message around. I'd never traveled before.
Texas.
I never traveled.
Arizona.
before.
You've been in Arizona
Been
too.
to Arizona. Yeah. All over this country.
New York State.
Been to England and Scotland.
Utah.
And Australia.
Oh yeah, they went to
do
Australia.
this, and carrying this message because everybody needs it. Everywhere we go, people need it, and those who are willing to go to any lengths, and even those that aren't, become willing to go to any lengths later because we planted a seed. So
I love to watch the transformations, and we're getting ready to see it today. And I always am noticing people when they show up here with the way their disposition is, their countenance is. And then as the weekend goes on, there's a change that is palpable. It's and you cannot deny it that people are touched at least in some significant way over the weekend. And that's my favorite part. is I'll say to Dale, remember them on Friday, you know, and Ruthann will be like, that person has changed. And
Yeah.
Lisa's going to see it this weekend. She hasn't been here in person to see that yet, and she'll see it is what she does in the background and how important it is that what she does helps us to do this, to allow these things to happen. And we got to send our luck out today. We actually don't have to send any luck because Sarah's taking a big exam today for her master's degree.
Ooh.
And I don't believe she needs any luck. She just needs a little peace and patience. She just needs us to support her. She's going to rock it.
Crush it.
And she's going to be crushed. And it's going to be we're going to get this great report from her in a little while that she did it. There you go. That's it.
5-hour exam.
It's like a 5-hour exam, you know. And then she'll have something that none of us have. I don't know what it is, a degree in something, but I don't know. Forensic psychology. It's very fancy. Right, Lisa?
Yes.
Forensic psychology. She's going to be. I have a master's degree, but I didn't have to take a 5-hour test. So I am in awe for her to get that. I did not have to do it. So that's what I'm excited for, is just to see the transformations.
Yeah.
That are going to happen.
Me too.
Don't have to carry all that garbage around with you anymore. You can learn how to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Live happy, joyous, and free.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Texas, the dirty South, Christina says. That's
What?
right. Yeah, I don't know.
That's so
Waxahachie.
Waxahachie, that's where we were.
Yeah.
A few years ago, we're going to show some videos from some people that came from Waxahachie actually this weekend if we can. All right. I'm reading some of our comments
That's
to
a
see if
long
they're.
text.
That's a long comment.
And thank you, Dolores, not Dolores. Thank you, Dee. I seen your comment, so I'm feeling your love. So thank you so much.
She told me to say hello to you.
Yeah.
Although you're right, they're reading it, so she really
Yeah.
said hello to you.
She said, "Send her love. Give me love."
Give you love, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's it.
And it's amazing because look at all the love that's on the site.
That's it.
That's a
Yeah.
lot of love.
There's a lot of love in this program. That's
There
for
is
sure.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's Ruth Tober.
Mm.
It's Ruth Tober. Oh,
Ruth
stop.
Tober.
Don't even. We'll never get over
DJ
that.
missed
now.
number 4.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or maybe that's the new number 1.
Ruth Tober.
Oh, I just got that. That is awesome. I'll
You're
claim that.
You're welcome.
I'm claiming that
You
one.
can trademark that if you want.
Oh yeah.
Ruth Tober. Oh
Oh my goodness, gosh. Okay,
my. The screen looks.
this is fun.
Sunny May. Sunny, what's up
Jersey
with
Tom
you?
sandwich.
You see, Sunny, we're going to meet one of these days, and I'm going to remember that. The Jersey Tom sandwich. What's up with that? Taking shots at me. What did I do?
Oh, where's BJ?
Kentucky.
BJ is with a maintenance guy right now because we don't have hot water right now. So she'll be right back and she'll take my place here in a minute.
Yeah, Sonny, you think you're so funny, right? And Lisa's laughing in the background. Oh my gosh, Jersey sandwich. So we're getting ready to do it, guys. We're going to do the retreat this weekend, and back here up on Schooley's Mountain in New Jersey. If you're in the New York, New Jersey area, actually, and you really need it, really get in your car and come. There's some spots. We'd let you in. We don't turn anyone away. If you say, you know what, I could go, I'm going to stop right there. Sunny, she just completely redeemed herself. There we go. Yes, she knows, Dale.
Go Yankees!
See?
I can play golf with the Red Sox players.
Ruthann too. Yeah.
BJ, somebody wants to see you. So.
That is something Dale and I were talking about yesterday. What were the Red Sox doing yesterday, Dale? They probably were where?
At the golf course
On the back nine. Yes. Because they are not in the playoffs.
But
Yes.
next year, when we have Aaron Judge on our team,
Oh, well.
yeah, just took the life right out of it.
Took the wind right out of my sails. Yeah.
Hi, whoever said hi. Dale, how come you're on here? How did you do that?
I texted on Facebook.
Oh, you're so smart.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Alice.
You're
Oh,
just
my.
now realizing that.
Oh, my
Yeah.
dear friend Alice. Hi, honey. How are you? I haven't talked to you in way too long. call me.
Alice.
Yeah.
Robbie Carroll says hi, BJ.
Hi. Hey,
A lot of fans.
Robbie.
Ruthann has a bunch of fans.
Yeah, but I don't
BJ
have
has
any-
fans.
I don't
You
have
and I have
fans.
none. Nobody's saying hi to us,
Well,
Dale, or hello, or
That's
anything.
all right. We
It's-
don't. Well, we do. But
Will
It's
do.
Ruth
Thank you.
Tober and
Great.
BJ Tober, I
Yeah.
think.
There you go.
And it's
Well,
not-
always. You know,
Yeah.
you guys get to
Gosh.
travel with us.
With you.
With us. Right.
Yeah,
You're,
yeah.
he's my chauffeur,
transporter.
transporting.
No, they don't like the way I drive, Dale. They
Well, you
Well-
ought to see your car, what Dale just did when he drove.
Just-
Anyway.
That boulder I ran over out there probably didn't do any damage.
well, Dale has an Equinox, so I know I trusted him with it. His car's just like, you know.
Yeah. We checked.
There, Melissa. She's a fan of all of us.
Oh,
Thanks,
That's
Melissa.
so
Thank you,
politically
Melissa.
correct.
That is so
Yeah.
British.
Fan of
so,
all of us.
So
Yeah.
British.
But you kind of like me best.
No,
Is that coming, Melissa?
no,
But you kind of
no.
like me.
Don't do that to his ego, sweetheart. He would be just, unbearable to live with.
We're able to. But it's funny that you said, and we do kid around, and we're having a lot of fun here. But we do.
Way to go,
It is a
Brad.
pretty selfless thing that we do, right, guys? I mean, we give of our own time to come up here and help these people.
Absolutely.
And we are here to just.
She spelled
Share what we
favorites
have.
wrong.
She said no favorites. No, that's she's going to say that's
What
how
kind
they,
of spelling is that?
that's how they spell it in the UK,
Well, we're not over in the UK.
right? And what's the other one? Dee always corrects something that I write in emails, and then I correct it back just to mess with her. Now she's listening. Program, right? And we always change it
How
back.
do they spell
And she
program?
changes it back, and then I change it back. They
What?
say 2 M's and an E. Yeah,
Well, they drive on the wrong
So-
side of the road. So
right. Now she
You
knows
guys
that we
got
do that
to
on
quit
purpose to mess
bashing
with
our
her.
friends over there. Really.
I will tell you this though, guys. I did kind of get them woohooing a little bit the last time I was over in North Pennines. By the end of the weekend, we got them woohooing. When
Did
I
you?
first went over there, I'm like,
Jolly
how does
good.
it work? Right? Real good. Woo!
Jolly good.
Crickets, man, crickets in the British. And I've got then the virtual retreats helped us shaking them up a little bit now. And now in person, they're coming out of their
Are
shell
they?
a little bit.
Good.
Yeah, they're coming out of it. Right?
it's a good influence on them.
You get Melissa to move up in their chair from the back, a little bit closer to the front, to the front, to the front.
Program rules
Sure.
from D.
Program rules.
Spelled wrong.
See, I knew that we were going to get it. So if you guys, anybody out there who's listening and not on our comment stream, then we can't see who you are, and you're interested in what we do, you can go to cametobelieverecovery.org and see some videos and testimonials and all sorts of stuff about what we do. But it's not the Tom, Dale, and BJ program that we present, guys. We are called Came to Believe Recovery, but what we're doing is presenting the program, the original 12-step program, the way the founders were practicing it, especially in the Cleveland, Akron area back in the 30s, when it was as successful as it has ever been.
93%
Yeah,
to 75%.
right.
Mhm.
And that's
Numbers person.
yeah, and it's not, we talk about a design for living, a way of life. We talk
Family
about
recovery. Excuse me.
Family recovery.
Family recovery.
we talk about fitting ourselves to be of maximum service to God and the people around us. And I know that when I was contemplating getting sober, those couple of weeks before, one of the fears was, what was life going to be like sober? Because I had no experience with sobriety beforehand. And so what was my friends and what would you do if you didn't party in my entire social and cultural circle? And I get that whole paradigm. I mean, I have no conception of what that could be. And it was, to me, would have been boring. I'm going to be this boring, I had no idea. But I was introduced to this fourth dimension of existence, which we talk about in the program and the book talks about, and it's opened up a life. So I'll say today, oh, by the way, I don't drink anymore, but what I've gotten is far greater, right, guys? What we've gotten, the life we've gotten is now far greater.
Outstanding.
Absolutely. Even as a person who's grown up in an alcoholic home, I myself was not an alcoholic. I tried to be an alcoholic like my mother, but I failed at that too. But I was a problem drinker. I worked at it for many years. And so when I quit that, I was a dry drunk. And to the point, life was so sucky that it to suicide. But that's when I remembered these happy, huggy people,
Oh,
which were called Came to Believe. And so I remembered them, and I remembered their God. And I thought it was just the God of alcoholics. You know, what would he do with me? He hadn't helped me to that point, so wasn't sure. But I said a simple little prayer that I had heard from Came to Believe Recovery, and my life changed
yes.
like that,
Yeah.
like that. And so now I'm in the family of Came to Believe Recovery, and family members are definitely have a place at the table for recovery, because it's, we all get sick together. We need to get well together.
Mhm.
And the 12 steps work. We're powerless over alcohol and how it affects our loved ones.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah.
First step.
When they wrote the book, the whole family went to meetings together,
That's right.
and they went through the steps before they went to meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they wrote the book, there's an actual chapter to the wives,
Mm-hmm.
to the employers, so other people you work for, and the family afterward. And if you read those chapters, you read about the things we can do and that they can do to become healthy and recovered also. Even though they don't have a drinking or drugging problem, they have a different kind of problem. The same solution works. And that's the miracle of it. It's like, that doesn't make any sense to my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you be so miserable when you can't drink? You never, but it's the same problem that looks different on different people, but it's the same solution too. So give it a shot. I mean, what do you got to lose? They'll refund your misery if it doesn't work for you.
Fabulous. Hi, Taryn. You're here. I have to say hi to Taryn.
Hey, Taryn.
Taryn says hi. Late coming. Great to see her from down there in California. We have a living problem.
Thomas.
Yeah. When you say that, Dale, it's funny. This week, guys, and you've heard me talk about this rescue mission in the South Bronx in New York City that we're going to go and present the program to the residents there and others. And I went to visit them this week. I went on Monday night and I had dinner with the residents there.
Oh, did you?
And Father Ignatius, who runs it, he's a Franciscan priest, and it's a Franciscan rescue mission in the South Bronx. It's barbed wire everywhere, guys, and chain fences to get in and out. Once you're inside, it's good. They have good, but you're a little nervous outside, just a little. But I went in and I was having dinner with these guys, and these guys are like right off the street, and they're, it's a rescue mission. It's a shelter for those with no place else to go. So those are our peeps. There are these people who have nowhere else, and they have the level of hopelessness was really high there. And I think that, getting to bed at night, getting in there, getting food in there, and just, getting through the daily living is a big plus for them.
Surviving.
Just surviving, right? And I got up and started to talk to them about hope and about a life and about a thing. And I was affected by how much it affected them. And one of the interesting things was that there was these NYPD officers that were serving dinner. They were volunteers that come to the shelter and help. And so some nights it's the NYPD and some nights it's the FDNY, I think, and different groups come and help at the shelter. And this night it was these guys from the NYPD. And those guys came and talked to me afterward as much as the residents did about the problems that they have and the friends that they have who are struggling with addiction. And it was really interesting that one of them was talking to me. And this is a point about what you made, Dale, is that he had a friend that goes to meetings, right? And just goes to meetings. And been going to meetings for like a year. And this officer who was talking to me said, I asked him, because he was asking me, do you ever get better? When do you ever get better? The guy'd been going for a year. And I said, but that is just a great observation and a question we answer.
Right.
Because if you do what the founders did,
Right.
you do get better.
Yeah.
We do not offer a program of struggle, and neither did they.
Right.
It wasn't let's struggle. It was let's get better, not avoid of any work or effort in our life, or that we're not going to have trials or anything like that. But we have a way through them now, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And some tools, and we just make different choices, and we have a better way out.
Way of living.
But it was really, we run into that more and more, guys, and people that are in all kinds of recovery. And I did a radio broadcast with some people that recorded it this week, and ran into a little bit of that too. That attitude that the meetings is the program, and we know that the program is the program. The book says there's a solution, there's a chapter, right, Dale? Then there's a chapter that says how it works.
Yeah.
And so when we do that, then we enter the fellowship, and then we get to have fun like we're having now when we have fellowship. But it is there's some steps that we take, and we are going to do them this weekend here on Schooley's Mountain. Take some people through and start some people on that.
And if you haven't read Dr. Bob and the Good Old Timers, I would suggest there's a lot of information. It's an AA historical book account of what happened in Cleveland in the Midwest. And they wrote it. It's conference approved literature that shares a lot of this information. So check it out. It'll be well worth your time.
Right. Very simple, our message.
Very
right?
simple.
It's the steps. This is all we do, guys, is we teach people how to this way of living. It's so important that you get the principles that are behind it. And if you can get a handle on it and get that 10, 11, and 12 and get that system in your life, the freedom is really beyond anything.
Simple kit of spiritual tools.
Right.
Perfect way to live.
When I came and went through the steps, I had no idea I was the problem. I mean, I was the drinker, and I blamed everybody for what happened to me. And until I stopped doing that and started managing me with God's help, the power, that higher power that the big book talks about, I was helpless against my thinking. But as soon as I started using the tools I was given, the spiritual tools, that helplessness was gone, and it's filled with hopefulness. And I've never looked back. And I've been trying to tell everybody I meet about it ever since, because it saved my life. And that's the legacy that we want to carry. Is, that's a legacy Clarence carried. That's why you started the retreats in the first place.
I had a joke, and I'm not even going to say it now, Dale, because that was so good. That was so good.
Wow.
I was going to pick right at you, but
Thank you.
I can't do it.
We need a little
Do it after
recovery in here.
I can't. Yeah, I can't.
Let's do it.
I can't.
Tom being
because
quiet. That's
it's so true.
That's amazing.
Well, it touches me. I mean, I've been with Dale. We've been walking this thing for so long together, him and I. I mean, we really have, all over the place, and we've been through so much together in recovery. And BJ and I as well has been doing more and more lately, because she's joined the traveling team as we've been traveling. Dale and I have been traveling since the 90s all over the place. And it's true what we say. We've been going around. It's the same thing we've been telling everybody, right?
Yeah.
Same message, because it works.
You've heard the phrase uttermost parts of the earth. Okay, well, now I've been to Kenai, Alaska. And that is my new justification for that term. My new example.
Our Alaskan friends will appreciate it.
No. I'm going to ask Taryn a question. Tell me, Taryn, what does the number 62 mean to you? She's going to be my favorite. She's going to know what that means.
What's
62? But Taryn will put a quote in there. She'll know what 62 is. Sonny, you could really get on my good side if you know what 62 was. Referencing 62. Don't even say
I thought you weren't going to.
I have no idea. Are we back to baseball again?
I don't know. We're at 62. Yeah. Well, guys, we're at 12. It's quarter of now. Lisa's getting right. Aaron Judge made it. See, I love Taryn. I knew she was going to do that. Barry Bonds, Tom Clancy. We might bump him off, Lisa.
Tom Clancy's the
Bump
man.
him off. Tom Barry Bonds. What's up with that? Sharon. Oh, that's not. Of course, Lisa puts that right up. Right? 62. No.
Your age? Oh, wow, that's good.
That's not good.
Thank you.
Hashtag recovered, guys. Get it in there before we get ready. In a few minutes, we're going to go ahead and run the promotion and give away a t-shirt. Maybe we'll give away a hoodie this week. What, Lisa? What do you think?
Sure.
A hoodie? We'll give away a hoodie. We think hoodies are going to be the rage Maybe we'll come on Sunday and we'll probably do a Facebook, or I guess we could do a StreamYard. We could do this on Sunday and we'll come back on. We'll all have our End Addiction hoodies on.
Yeah, because it's going to be freezing.
Yeah,
It's
like
hoodie weather.
56 high weather for Florida people. That's like
wonderful.
freezing.
Mhm.
Colder than Alaska.
Yeah. Christina wants a hoodie. Yeah, we have them.
Go Yanks.
Yeah, the Yankees. Well, they are in the playoffs this year, so let's see how they can do.
11
starts next
teams to
week.
root for.
See, now I'm going to go with my joke. We've lost the serious part. Now Dale is our problem. Remember, he said he didn't know he was his own problem. Now he's our problem. Right, Ruthann?
Okay.
See, Ruthann's the best. She just agrees. She goes right along. It's.
Yes.
Oh my God. So,
Talk about
Iron
two
sharpens iron.
people of problems. Yes.
two people are
You have
problems.
to put up-
Well, we're going to get going, guys. We got some
Yeah.
setup to do.
Mm.
We're going to get down there and get ready, get our registration table open, get up the room set up, and get ourselves ready to greet our attendees that are going to go team. So we want to, we'll try to come back and give you a report. If we end up not coming, we'll be back on next Friday with a report from how the weekend went. I think we have some special guests next Friday. We're going to be talking about addiction in the family and family members, I think, and some
Great.
how to manage some children, because Sarah's going to be
Super.
on, I think, with that. And we have some special guests. So it's going to be interesting as
Yeah.
we move on in all of the subjects and the things that we're addressing when we're talking about recovery, because it's a big subject.
Perfect.
So I want to just, oh, wait, we got to do our
Countdown.
countdown. So let's do the countdown. Remember, you got just about another, 30 seconds. How many, Lisa? There's 12. It was not easy.
Wow. Not Led Zeppelin. You didn't. Sure, she got the Barry Rights for that. didn't
12 people. All right, we're going to go. Let's do it, Lisa.
Spin that wheel.
Yeah. Of course you got it.
He lives in Vegas.
My good dog. All right.
Does he really need a hoodie in Vegas? Doc, tell us. If
It gets cold in
Yeah.
Vegas, dude.
It does?
Oh, yeah.
and windy.
Oh, yeah.
Windy. Really windy.
We're getting cold in Vegas. All right, guys. So again, thanks for joining us here on Friday. Again, go out, came to believe recovery.org. Reach out to us. Tell us your experience. Check out a meeting. We have virtual meetings almost every day. There's some local meetings depending on what area you're in. Come see us at a retreat. Come volunteer. Donate if you can. Every penny helps us reach the message to more and more people. It's just about money at some levels. If we can get there, we can spread the message.
Yeah.
So-
And on a personal note, we're really looking to start a retreat in Hawaii.
Yes.
So if there's
let's
anybody out there
concentrate
that
on
wants to get that,
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
Hawaii.
a good thing.
yeah.
Well, our friends from California, who you guys some have met, they know some people in Hawaii because Hawaii, and there has been some talk of something going on in Honolulu,
Sign me
The
up.
surfer
Okay,
dude is ready to rock.
Honolulu, and even Maui. I think over on the Lahaina
Yeah.
side,
Yeah.
where there's issues. It's everywhere, guys.
Everywhere.
We see it from the Bronx in New York
Even in paradise.
to even in paradise. Those that are sick and suffering, and we're here to bring the message to every one of them. So you guys all have a great weekend. We're off to work the weekend and help the sick recover. I hope you guys have a great weekend wherever you are.
Peace.
See you next week. Peace.